Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Data Analyst Pathway. I'm Sam, and today we are going shopping for data. We are diving into Knowledge 56, K56, sources of data such as files, operational systems, databases, web services, open data, government data, news and social media. In K55, we built the architecture, the kitchen. Today, we need ingredients. The concept I want you to adopt is that of the master chef. You don't just cook with whatever is in the fridge. You know exactly where to source the best ingredients, whether that's from your own garden or a specialist market. Our goal is to expand your data pantry. We want to move beyond just using local spreadsheets and learn how to tap into the vast ocean of data available in the world. Because ultimately, the quality of your insight depends entirely on the quality of your source. Let's decode the standard. K56 lists many sources, but we can group them into two main categories, internal and external. Internal sources are like your garden. Your company owns them. These include operational systems like your CRM, Salesforce, or ERP, SAP. They include your core databases and the messy files and logs on your servers. This is your primary source. External sources are the public market. These include web services and API, like fetching live currency exchange rates. They include open data, government statistics, census data, or public transport schedules. And they include social media. What is the world saying about your brand on Twitter or LinkedIn? A great analyst knows how to blend ingredients from both. Let's zoom in on internal sources. The most valuable ones are your operational systems. Your CRM holds the truth about your customers, who bought what and when. Your ERP holds the truth about your business, inventory levels, supply chain, and finance. Your HR systems hold people data. The challenge here is data silos. The sales system usually doesn't talk to the finance system. As an analyst, your job, using the K55 skills, is to build pipelines that extract this data from their silos and bring it together in a warehouse so you can see the full picture. Now for external sources. The most powerful tool here is the API, web service. Think of an API as a waiter. You ask the waiter, API, for specific data, and the kitchen, the server, delivers it. You can use APIs to get financial data from Stripe, location data from Google Maps, or weather data. The real power comes from enrichment. Imagine you have internal sales data. By adding external weather data via an API, you can answer questions like, do we sell less ice cream when it rains? You are adding context from the outside world. Another huge external source is open data and government data. This is a goldmine that is often free. In the UK, the ONS, Office for National Statistics, provides census data, age, income, employment. You can get transport data from TfL. You can get global economic data from the World Bank. How do you use this? Imagine you are a retailer deciding where to open a new store. You don't guess. You download the census data, overlay the average income per postcode on a map, and find the perfect spot. That is data-driven decision-making using open data. Finally, social media and news. This is the voice of the customer in real time. Sources like Twitter or X or news RSS feeds give you instant feedback. This is typically unstructured data. You use techniques like sentiment analysis, which we learned in K54, to gauge the mood. If your server crashes, your internal logs might say, error 500. But Twitter will tell you, I hate this company. Combining these sources gives you the full impact of the outage. Be careful though, social media has a lot of noise. You need strong filters to find the signal. How does K56 apply to you, Ben the data analyst? Imagine marketing wants to buy a billboard. They ask you, where should we put it? You don't just guess, you combine sources. Source 1, internal, you pull customer postcodes from your CRM to see where your buyers live. Source 2, open data, you download traffic volume statistics from the local council to find busy roads. Source 3, web service, you use the Google Maps API to check street visibility. By layering these three sources, you pinpoint the exact intersection that has high traffic, high visibility, and is near your target audience. You have used K56 to solve a business problem. Here is how you can apply K56 tomorrow. Action 1. Audit. List 3 internal systems your company uses. Salesforce. Xero. Jira. Do you have data access to them? If not, ask why. Action 2. Explore. Go to data.gov.uk or kaggle.com. Search for a dataset relevant to your industry. Just download one CSV and look at it. See what's available for free. Action 3. Enrich. Take a small internal dataset, like daily sales. Add one column of external data manually, maybe, was it a public holiday? See if it changes your view of the trends. Start mixing ingredients from different sources. For your portfolio, use STAR. This is the data sourcing story. Situation: we needed to predict staffing levels for our city center retail store. Task: I needed to identify data sources that actually influenced customer footfall. Action: I sourced our internal sales history from the POS system. I then identified an open data source listing local football match schedules. Finally, I connected to a weather API to pull historical rain data. Result: the model correctly predicted high footfall on match days, allowing the manager to schedule extra staff and increase revenue. Reflection: I learned that internal data tells you what happened, but external data often explains why it happened. In your major project, K56 lives in your data sources section. Create a source table. List every input. Name: CRM export. Type: internal operational. Format: CSV. Name: weather API. Type: external web service. Format: JSON. Justify them. I included national census data to benchmark our user demographics against the general population. My advice: don't just use one Excel file for your whole project. Impress the assessor by combining at least two distinct sources, one internal, one external. It shows sophistication. Let's wrap up. We've learned that K56 is about being a data hunter. We explored the Pantry, internal operational systems and external API and open data. We learned that the real magic happens when you enrich internal data with external context. Your next step is to find just one external dataset that relates to your job. Download it, play with it. In our next session, we will look at K57, where we dive into data processing and evidence, how we store, process, and use this data to make solid decisions. Remember, the answer is often outside the building. Go find the data. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now feel more confident in mastering this topic. If you found value in this session, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and follow our channel. It really means a lot to me and helps the algorithm show these lessons to other apprentices, just like you, who need support. Don't forget, you can download today's slides and the full transcript at www.mentorinai.com EPA Hub. While you are there, check out our mock interview and portfolio review services to make sure you are fully ready for your EPA. See you in the next video. Keep learning.